This is not a DPS showcase. It's a video on how to perform Harmopheus rotations in her various team comps.
Before we begin, let's look at how Harmopheus combo works, which is really simple. Whenever you start on another weapon, Harmopheus charge will auto-fill up till it reaches max gauge, so you'll always have it ready. When it comes to her turn, you discharge into Harmopheus and let it run. Don't cancel her discharge. It takes a couple of seconds and then you cast her skill. You can only cast her skill after her discharge finishes anyway, so what I do is just spam the skill after casting her discharge. Once you see her jumping and the environment changing, you then cast the skill 3 more times for a total of 4 seasons, and on the 4th layer, this winter effect thingy, you hold down the attack button to do her concerto charge. As you see her doing that charged attack move, start spamming the sub-skill button and Harmopheus will perform her finisher skill once it's available. This is because there is no indicator for the 100 stacks of concerto charge. We don't have that yet. That's why spamming the skill button is helpful in getting your sub-skill out without much delay. Well, not much of a choice, you know. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Remember guys, muscle memory is the key for Volt. For the meta team of Harmopheus, Veronika and Lana, start off by using Lana's skill and immediately swap to Veronika and use her skill. Then, do her 3-hit normal attack into the sub-skill and immediately tap cancel it with her normal attack chain 4 and 5 and then perform her sub-skill 2 once the gauge is filled up. Once you see this laser effect connecting, you can then discharge into Harmopheus and let it fully play out. I prefer to start spamming the skill button anyway. Once you see her performing the skill, continue pressing it for 4 times in total and immediately hold the attack button to charge a concerto when she lands on the 4th layer. While holding the attack, spam the skill button again. Harmopheus will use her sub-skill finisher and on the 3rd burst of damage, you can see this pulsing effect right here. You then swap to Lana, use Lana's skill and then back to Veronika to perform her combo. 3-hit attacks, 2 sub-skill, then cancel it into her normal attack chain and sub-skill finisher, and then pay attention to Harmopheus' skill cooldown. It should be about 4 to 5 seconds remaining. Then discharge into Harmopheus and let it fully play out. The rotation continues from Harmopheus onwards. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it, and well, Volt teams really depend on muscle memory to get their combos up and running. Pretty easy. For the team of Harmopheus, Hipper and Lana, you start off with Lana's skill and immediately swap to Hipper. Do Hipper's skill and perform her normal attack combo until you see her do this circular attack. Her sub-skill will then unlock and use that skill. She'll do that finishing move and once she lands, discharge into Harmopheus and let it run. Perform her 4th skill combo and on the 4th layer, start holding down the attack button to charge her concerto and spam the skill button. Harmopheus will do her sub-skill finisher and on the 3rd burst, wait for it, boom, and swap to Lana, use Lana's skill, then jump cancel any Hipper's discharge on this round. Use Hipper's skill and then do her normal attack combo until that circular splash. Do Hipper's sub-skill finisher and once she lands, swap to Harmopheus and the rotation continues from Harmopheus onwards. In this rotation, you don't need to do any of Hipper's dodge attacks, just a 5-hit combo into her sub-skill will suffice. We gotta prioritize Harmopheus field time, yo! Next, we have the team of Harmopheus, Veronika and Voidpiercer. Start off with Voidpiercer's skill into Veronika's skill and perform her normal attack chain combo. Once she does her crouching shot and you see that laser beam, discharge into Harmopheus and let it play out. Then, use her skill when it's ready and spam that button to cast the skill for 4 times while holding down the attack button on the 4th layer to charge her concerto. You want to spam the sub-skill button during your hold attack so that she can use her sub-skill whenever it's ready. Once you go into that orangish dome effect, wait for the big boom with fancy effects, then discharge Voidpiercer and use her skill. Swap to Veronika, jump cancel any discharge, then use her skill and immediately perform her normal attack combo into the sub-skill kick and further normal combos into that laser beam finisher. Once the beam connects, discharge into Harmopheus and the rotation continues from then onwards. Next, the team of Harmopheus, Voidpiercer and Lana. Start off with Lana's skill into Voidpiercer's discharge and skill, then swap to Harmopheus and let her discharge fully run. By now, you should already know when to use her skill and do that 4 times for the layers, then hold down the attack button while spamming her sub-skill in advance. Once she does the sub-skill, wait for the big burst, then do her 5-hit normal attack combo. Once you see her land on the ground, swap to Lana and use her skill. Discharge into Voidpiercer, use Void skill, then discharge into Harmopheus and let it fully play out. Perform Harmopheus' 4 layers of skill while holding down the attack button and spamming the sub-skill button for her finisher. 1, 2, 3, boom, and the rotation continues from Harmopheus' normal attack onwards. In this altered Harmopheus team, she will have to assume the main DPS role, so use her 5-hit normal attack combo after her sub-skill finisher. Easy. Next, we have the team of Harmopheus, Antoria and Lana. Start off with Lana's skill into Antoria's skill and wait for it to register, then discharge into Harmopheus and let it fully play out. Once done, use her skill 4 times and hold the attack button for concerto and spam the sub-skill finisher. Once it goes off, perform her 5-hit normal attack combo and once she lands on the ground, swap to Lana, use Lana's skill, then swap to Antoria and use her skill. Remember, let it connect with the target, do 1 to 2 normal attacks while waiting for Harmopheus, then use her discharge and let it play out. The rotation continues from Harmopheus skill onwards. Next, we have the team of Harmopheus, Veronika and Fiona. Ideally, it's best if you can start off the rotation with a pre-charge and begin on Harmopheus' weapon. Start off by discharging Fiona, and once the Dragon Breath hits the enemy, jump cancel the animation and use her skill. Immediately swap to Veronika and use her skill, while at the same time using Fiona's skill to Wellspring. Perform Veronika's normal attack into sub-skill combo, connecting it with her normal attack finisher move, and once the laser beam connects, discharge into Harmopheus and let it play out. Don't cancel it. Do Harmopheus' 4-layer skill while holding down the attack button on the 4th layer, and use a sub-skill finisher when ready. Once the big boom happens, swap to Fiona and use her skill. Then, swap to Veronika and use Veronika's skill, comboing it into the normal attack and sub-skill move. Quickly connect it to the normal attack and sub-skill finisher, then wait for the laser beam to register. Discharge into Harmopheus and the rotation continues from then onwards. When Harmopheus finishes the second boom, discharge into Fiona and let her Dragon Breath hit the enemy again, then cancel the animation by jumping and using her skill. This is to ensure Fiona's buff is on every alternate rotation. You don't want to miss out on those juicy buffs, my guys. For the team of Harmopheus, Veronika and Antoria, is pretty much similar to the dual DPS teams earlier on. You start off with Antoria's skill, let it connect, then swap to Veronika and do her combos. Once her laser connects, discharge into Harmopheus, let it fully play out, and then do her 4 seasons skills. 4 times. Hold attack, charge concerto, then use her sub-skill for the big bad boom. The rotation continues from Antoria onwards. Just remember to let her skill hit the enemies and jump cancel any discharge that isn't Harmopheus, yeah? For the free-to-play team of Harmopheus, Brevey and Huang, start off by using Brevey's skill, then swap to Huang and hold attack for 2 seconds to charge her 8 stack buffs. Use both of Huang's skill, then discharge into Harmopheus and let it fully run. Once done, do her 4 season skills, hold attack for Concerto, then use her sub-skill finisher when available. After the boom, perform Harmopheus' 5-hit normal attack combo, and once she lands on the ground, jump cancel Brevey's discharge and use her skill in mid-air, then swap to Huang, land and hold attack for the buffs, then use her skill and discharge back into Harmopheus. The rotation continues from Harmopheus onwards. Just remember not to skip Harmopheus discharge and do more of those normal attack combos before swapping back to your buffers. Harmopheus on-field time is way more important. With that, this concludes the rotations for the teams Harmopheus can pair with. Of course, there are more weapons that you can use with Harmopheus as long as you understand how her kit works and have them decently invested in. There are other creators that showcase Harmopheus' performance on the characters and in the Boundless Realms, so be sure to check them out as well. Hope this guide has been helpful and I'll see y'all in the next one.